BSS Carolinas, live from Charlotte, North Carolina. We are proudly sponsored by Attitude Broadcasting with your host, Rocky. The next one said JJ Barea. I was like, what? What JJ Barea get a player do we go up to number 4? A serviceable player. Fitzpatrick. I'm going to say Summit Foundation. Jason Garrett. Mr. 315.
The Cowboys. Wait a minute, Jason Garrett's the coach for Dallas? Someone have a name. Jesus Shuttlesworth. Don't give him a pass on that suit either and that hat, Tom Brady.
Probably the best.
And Big Shot.
And ain't nobody fresher. I'm in Mason, Martin, Margella. Tom Brady, losers. Dude, gotta show them love while you can. The Doo-Doo Browns get their first win of the season. Bill Belichick, he got game. Be Reggie Langford. Who the hell is this running back? Cowboys. They holding up to 6, baby. This segment is sponsored by Cody Zeller.
You are listening to BSS Carolinas.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rule of Three, the Breakdown Edition. As always, I'm your host. I am too legit. To my left is...
Big Shot, Bob.
And, of course, I am Rocky, one of the hosts of BSS Carolinas, Rule of 3, whatever. We are proudly sponsored by Attitude Broadcasting.
Get your attitude back in your broadcasting with the Attitude Broadcasting Company.
The new ABC.
The best ABC.
Correct.
the brokest ABC.
The brokest ABC.
Yeah, we're the brokest.
You can use whatever B you want.
If not Tyler Zeller, I was going to tell you Tyler Zeller. But if Cody Zeller wants to donate and be a sponsor of the show, which he is.
He is an unofficial sponsor of BSS Carolinas. Way to go, Cody Zeller.
Yeah.
Mr. Serviceable Player himself.
Yeah. Serviceable players in the NFL. There you go.
You got to have them.
Yeah, we'll do that one week. We got a good show for you today. First, we're going to do a true or false. Then we got some college football news, and then a little bit of NBA. We're going to do a top 5. Top 5 number 1 players in any sport.
Number 1 is
baseball,
in jerseys.
Jerseys. People that wore number 1, Tracy McGrady, guys like that. Anybody wore the number 1. We'll start doing that every week. I guess we'll go back to 0 next week and then go on.
You ain't going to start with 00? You got no 00s on
There's
you?
only a couple. Robert Parrish.
Ain't playing. I don't know nothing about hockey.
Robert Parrish. There's not a lot of double zeros. We'll have to do 0. Gilbert Arenas. 0.
Age of 0.
He was the man.
Yeah, we'll have to go into that.
With them guns.
He packing them heat.
He was bringing that heat for real. He was a bullet for real, wasn't he?
That's for sure. But first, we're going to do breakdown, true or false.
True or false?
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
True or false?
By the way, I just want to say, this is like my favorite segment of the week.
I know this. We got to make sure I try to do it for you.
I love it. I don't know why. I just love it.
All right. First, and remember, true or false, not maybe, not a push. It's true or false.
You gonna
Somebody
take
on this
push
show,
from
me?
You always like to try to do it. Yeah, every game, you remind me of my wife trying to do these game shows here.
Some answers deserve a push.
No. Is it a true or
The
false?
world is black or white,
Right.
man.
It's no gray.
It's all a lot of gray area.
There's no gray.
That's real true.
Dolphins will not make the playoffs without Ryan Tannehill.
True.
False. Matt Moore. No,
Shut
I'm just
up.
kidding. I'm not. I can't even say that straight face. True, dude. They ain't making the
Unless
playoffs.
Jaya just goes crazy.
Right. Oh, actually, Jarvis Landry, I think. If Jarvis Landry absolutely...
Matt Moore's got to find a way to throw the ball.
Yeah, I know. Browns will win more games than the 49ers the rest of the season.
False. They're both going to win 0.
True, because I got a feeling the Browns are going to beat the Bills this week.
I think it's possible. I really do. I'm not picking them, but I think they could.
Pick them.
I'm done picking the Browns.
I've picked them 4 times.
I picked them twice. They played the Jets. They lost, and they lost to the Bengals, who they should have beat again. I'm not picking the Browns anymore. I will say true because I think they will win the game, but I'm not betting money on it. Titans will win the AFC South.
Wow.
I really need to see their schedules.
Hold on a second. I'll tell you.
I think it's false, man. For some odd reason, the worst quarterback ever, his team finds a way to win games for his ass.
They have a tougher schedule than Houston. I do know that. They play they're Kansas City this week, tough game. At Jacksonville, home to Houston.
So it's going to come down to Week 17.
More than likely.
Right, but Houston has a easier schedule because they play home to Jacksonville this week, home to Cincinnati next week, and then at Tennessee in 3 weeks.
9 wins is going to win that division.
Then I'm going to have to say false because if there was any way, if I thought Cincinnati could beat Houston, then I would say if it came down to Week 17, them two versus each other, I would take Tennessee. But I don't think.
But they have to win. Tennessee has to beat Kansas City.
They have to win.
And they're
this
not
week.
going to.
I don't think so either, man. I think they're going to be competitive.
I want them to win the AFC South.
Me too, because I'd rather see
false.
them in the playoffs than
DeMarco Murray. Hey, DeMarco Murray to Titans in Dallas in the Super Bowl. There you go.
The Murray Bowl.
Yeah, no,
that's a little much for me, but okay.
That'd be great. Broncos will not make the playoffs.
True.
False. I don't see who's going to come up and pass them.
True, because the Raiders will make it.
Kansas City will win the division.
The Raiders will make it. Don't forget the Ravens and Steelers are right there too.
But
one of those teams could sneak in.
Steelers are going to win the division.
Steelers could win the division. Ravens could sneak in as the other wild card and leave Denver out.
I know.
I'm gonna say true. Denver's not making the playoffs.
I'm gonna say false. They're gonna make it.
Their run defense has been horrible, and Trevor. I don't trust Trevor getting anywhere. Giants will be number 1 seed in NFC. Still possible.
False.
Cowboys have to lose out.
Yeah.
No, actually, no. 2 of the last 3 games they would have to lose, and the Giants could beat the number 1 seed because if they're both 12-4, then the Giants
are going to lose another game. Yep. No problem, no question. They're going to lose another game because their schedule is ridiculous. Like they probably got the toughest last 4 games in the entire league.
I agree. True. I'm not going to say false. I think they have a good shot at being the 1 seed though. Packers will win the NFC North with the injury to Matt Stafford.
False.
They have to win out. The Lions have to
false.
lose.
No, false. Matthew Stafford do just enough to win one more game.
And Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay's offense they're not going to do what they did last night every week.
I'm going to say true. I think they come back and win the North.
I hope not.
Because watch them in the playoffs. The Bucks will win the South.
True.
False. I'm going to go with Atlanta. I like Kyle Shanahan and Matt Ryan are doing, man.
I do too, but telling you.
I know Jameis got that moxie, man. Jameis is a baller,
but Bucks
man.
are going to beat the Cowboys. They're going to be on a roll. They're going to win 6 in a row. They're going to play Carolina. They're going to win again, and then they get to play New Orleans again. They're going to win.
I'm going to say true. Looking at their schedule, I think they lose to Dallas, but I think they beat New Orleans and Carolina.
But you're going to have to
Atlanta's going to lose.
To who, though?
I think they might lose this week. Who they got?
No, they play San Francisco, and then they play
They're not
Carolina.
losing to San Francisco.
They play San Francisco, Carolina, and...
This isn't my official pick, but I'm going with San Francisco beating them.
Ooh.
And Carolina and New Orleans next week.
Upset.
Listen.
Did you see what the Rams? Did you see what they just did to the Rams?
Listen, as my friend Bermani Jones has said, do you really trust the Falcons? Ever? No.
I trust them more than the 49ers.
Listen, when they do something good, they usually do something bad the next week. I'm just saying, watch them this week.
I'm telling you, Carolina is going to ruin it for them.
No, I do think Carolina will ruin it for them.
That would be lovely.
I do believe Christmas Eve, Carolina will ruin it for them.
Because they ruined their perfect season last year, they'll play hard and ruin it for them this year.
I agree.
And then might even just roll over and lay an egg against Tampa so that Tampa wins the division.
Right. I agree. I think it's a real possibility, but I do think there's a chance 49ers beating them this week. I'm telling you, listen, that defense could get every time. Don't believe too much in the Falcons. All right, well, there you go. There's our true or false for this week. I'll come up with some more next week. Some college football news real fast. Lane Kiffin's new coach at Florida Atlantic.
The Owls, baby.
His new contract is worth close to $1 million a year for 5 years. He made $1.4 million at Bama as OC.
It ain't about the money from him. It's about getting from under Nick Saban. He is tired of Nick Saban breathing down his neck, talking crap to him like he is an inefficient child.
I think it's a really good step for him. He gets to go back and say, I can be a head coach. It's not a big school.
Let
Not
me
a lot
prove it here.
expected of him. If he makes bowl games, if he wins 7 or 8 games and has a nice looking offense, it definitely leads to bigger positions later.
And we know big jobs will be opening again.
Yep.
But Houston would have been the better place because they have a winning tradition. Florida Atlantic, you got to start from scratch. You got to build up the whole program. And I don't know if he can do that because everywhere he's been, he ain't built anything as a tradition. It's more leftover, and then he runs into
How
the ground.
crazy is this? Hold on with it. Look at the state of Florida.
No,
and
hold
their-
on. That's where I was getting ready to go. Don't go there yet. I'm going to ask that question. I know where you're going. I wanted to ask this. Charlie Strong is the new head coach at South Florida. What do you think of the hiring?
I love it.
Get back on that high horse, man.
I think it's great for him.
It's kind of just like Louisville.
Now I'm going to go to the question. 'Cause I like the question. How good are the coaches in Florida, especially recruiting? Because now you got Jimbo, you got Lane Kiffin, Charlie Strong,
Mark Richt
at Miami, Jim McElwain at Florida.
The only person
Anybody
I
I'm
don't
missing?
know is the UCF coach. I don't know who that is, but that poor guy.
Oh, Scott Frost.
Yeah, but he's
Who-
good.
He's a good.
Yeah, but he's
good
going to
recruiter.
have a hard time
Oh, no.
walking around recruiting
Well,
people.
think about
with
Florida,
Jimbo
though.
and Charlie Strong
And
and
Lane
Lane Kiffin and Mark Ricker walking
Listen,
to your door.
So, all right, the question is, I mean, think about how good the state of Florida is. Anybody that's not in the state of Florida trying to recruit players, you ain't getting players from Florida anymore. They're not leaving the state.
Well, I wouldn't leave either to go to play in a cold weather city.
No, a
I
lot
could
of
care
people.
less about the
A
school.
lot of people go with different places. Clemson,
They go to Texas,
Texas.
Alabama.
They go.
I mean, but
anywhere.
like, I
They
wouldn't go
ain't
to
leaving
Michigan.
now.
I wouldn't go to Ohio State. I know
People
they're great
go to
programs,
Texas,
but it's
though.
cold. Texas, I could go to Texas.
No, people go to Michigan now because of Harbaugh. I mean, think how big Harbaugh did that satellite camp of Florida last year,
And that
to
was
get
his
people
big-
coming.
his big push to
He
get
ain't gonna be able
out-
to do
get
that
people out
anymore
of
with these
Florida.
coaches, with these other coaches in Florida.
I
He
mean,
would not be able
honestly,
to do it.
Jimbo kind of jumped down to like the 3rd or 4th most popular coach, like hot name coach. Especially now that he's removed from winning the national championship a couple years. The only thing is if you're a quarterback and you choose one of those guys to go play for, it's going to be Jimbo Fisher because he's put all of his quarterbacks in the
Do
NFL.
you? Lane Kiffin's the hot name in Florida
Yeah,
now.
but you're talking about even
I
if
don't
you're
know,
not
dude.
that great, he got E.J. Manuel drafted. He got Christian Ponder drafted in the 1st round. All right,
Jameis Winston was number 1
Jameis
overall.
Winston.
Francois, if he leaves after next year, he's going to be a top 5 pick. So there you go.
I mean, you're forgetting Scott Frost. I think Scott Frost is a hot name in South Florida.
And plus,
or
these
UCF.
kids want to go where they're going to be on nationally televised games. And there's only a handful of schools in Florida that are going to offer you the nationally televised games, the big-time games, the ABC Saturday night game.
ESPN will put Lane Kiffin on TV.
Yeah, he will.
All right.
Yeah,
Lane they will get
Will they
him
put him
TV
on
games.
ABC, ESPN,
No.
8 o'clock?
No,
the
but
ABC
they'll
game,
give him an
national night?
They'll give me
ESPN
ESPN.
too.
They can give me ESPN too. ESPNU, go right ahead.
Say what you want the 8 o'clock Saturday night game. The biggest thing on college sports right now is ESPN Watch Now. Because you watch any game you want, anytime, anywhere, any place.
Also, don't
forget.
Don't
those
feel bad
things.
about those like Florida Atlantic playing on Thursday night or Wednesday nights because that's a good recruiting tool. To be like,
Yep.
hey,
We're
we
on
know
TV.
we're not a huge school, but we're the only game on Wednesday
But,
night, and
think
people
of-
are watching football.
I'll go back to Ole Miss thing. Years ago when Hugh Freeze took over, they didn't have anything coming there. Now he's got recruits coming every year because they wanted to build a tradition. Some of these guys go to these schools that haven't done nothing in a long time because they want to be the ones to build something.
I'ma tell
I
you
can
what.
see him getting
But-
I could see him get a top 20.
Let me play
recruiting
devil's
class.
advocate. As a kid recruit, these big name coaches took these small school jobs. How long are they really going to be there?
Yeah.
You guarantee yourself 4 years. What if that coach has 2 awesome years? They're going to leave for higher for grad.
You ain't gonna
Well,
say
that's
for 4
what,
years.
no,
you say
that's
for
what
3.
Jimbo. That's what Jimbo and Mark Rick are going to get to go in and say.
Yeah.
Because Mark Rick's going to get to go in there and be like, "Yeah, sure, you go play for Lane Kiffin."
But
But,
in 2
hey,
years, he's going to be out of there.
When the USC guy gets fired, well, he's never going to go to USC again. But you know what I mean? Hey, when
UCLA opens up.
yep, who do you think's gonna? Lane Kiffin's going to be on that. Charlie Strong, he's going to be trying to get out of there.
He wants to get back to a big time program.
Yeah,
so.
but I think Lane Kiffin is that talk. He's a smooth enough
Oh, no,
talker.
he's good.
He's going to talk to him into staying there. Hey, look at what I can do for you in 2 years, even if I leave after the 3rd year.
Yep.
You can be, I've already put you on TV twice a year. The second year, I'm going to make you, even a Heisman candidate. I don't know. You never know if the guy go undefeated. Look at freaking the kid, Corey from Western Michigan, the wide receiver.
Oh,
you can go to a small school and still get Heisman votes.
Sure, look, Randy Moss.
So,
I mean, if you got talent, they'll find you.
But good for the state of Florida, man. I think Charlie Strong's going to do a great job at South
And
Florida.
USF isn't a bad school. It's a pretty nice school. They had a
got
couple
some
bad
beautiful
years.
girls that go to that school.
Some other news, Lamar Jackson won the Heisman. There's no doubt, man. He's going to win.
He was awesome. Sucks he lost.
Watson made it close, but, Jackson was going to win it.
I'm going to tell you what, though. This should have been my rant. It was a crying damn shame that Dalvin Cook finished tied for 10th. Lower than a guy who had 300 less yards than him and 5 touchdowns less than he did.
No love for Dalvin Cook.
Killing me, man.
Best offensive player for Florida State. When Florida State got high, it was because Dalvin Cook got healthy. I don't understand it, man.
I mean, he got like all-pro running back, but he couldn't win. I mean, he wasn't going to win Player of the Year in the ACC or anything. You cry all you want. But you know what? When Dalvin Cook's ripping it up in the damn NFL next year, go ahead.
Come
Hey,
on.
you know what?
Keep
There's
going.
talks that my man might actually stay because his little brother is supposed to be coming into the school next year, and he wants to play on the same team as his little brother.
Are you done?
That would be cool.
Are you done crying?
Are you done being an asshole?
I was just wondering if you done crying. That's all I hear. My quarterback got hit. I throw a flag. Anyway, sorry, it's Cam Newton.
No,
Anyway.
I'm used
That
to
was Jameis Winston, too. Oh, I was running forward. Throws my flag. Where's my flag?
No, I'm
That's
just kidding.
every quarterback in the league. They always want flags.
No, I know. I'm just messing with you.
Not
All
that
right.
boy DeAndre Francois. He just keeps getting
You got
them
any
bullets.
Do you got any bowl games coming up this weekend you want to talk about real fast? I mean, I know you got the Raging Cajun, the R&L Bowl.
Hey, I'm telling you,
or whatever.
watch that New Orleans Bowl.
Yeah,
Down there,
yeah.
the New Orleans Bowl, them Raging Cajuns, the UL Lafayette Raging Cajuns, they always put on a show. It's going to be good.
All right. Big Shot, he wasn't here for last week's show where we had to go through every bowl. I'm sorry y'all did. I had to stick to it, but, it's all right. Anyway, let's go into it real fast. Top 5 this week. We're going to do a top 5. Top 5 jerseys, number 1 in all sports. Let's go around the table. Number 5, who you got?
I got Ozzie Smith.
We're number 5, really?
Yes.
All right. Who you got number 5?
Penny Hardaway.
Good one. Tracy McGrady is mine.
T-Mac.
Who you got number 4?
Warren Moon, baby.
That high, that low? Wow,
Yeah.
okay. Who you got?
My number 4 was Ozzie Smith.
That low? All right. I've got
You're
Penny
not talking.
Hardaway.
You're talking to a non-baseball guy.
No,
though,
no, I
know?
got you. I got
gave
you.
him respect.
I got Penny number 4. God, I love Penny.
Number
by the way.
3
One of my
for
favorite.
me. Sorry, dog. Big shot, Chauncey Billups,
Oh, I forgot Chauncey.
I forgot
did
Chauncey.
word
That's a
number
good one. I like
didn't
that one.
he? Yeah.
Finals MVP, man.
6 straight Eastern Conference Finals. I'll take Tracy McGrady with my number 3 selection.
I'm going with Ozzie Smith, the Wizard of Oz. I'm going with him. He was the best shortstop in the game. Who you got number 2?
All right, so it's kind of there's a little bit of a cheat because technically he don't wear this number anymore. But I went with Larry Fitzgerald at the University of Pittsburgh. He wore number 1 in his collegiate career, but he is one of the greatest college receivers of all time. Up there with Calvin Johnson, guys like that. So I'm going Larry Fitz.
I went Mr. Moon. He had a whole bunch of passing yards.
A lot.
A ton of
40,000.
passing yards. 40+ thousand. Hall of Famer. He could sling that rock, man.
I'm going with Warren Moon as well. Listen, for what he did, CFL, everywhere else, went to Houston, all the yards, the longevity of his career, and really, to me, the first African-American great quarterback. I mean, he made a stamp for these other guys to come along. Jameis Winston, everybody else, Cam Newton, all these other guys playing quarterback now. Number 1.
All right. Greatest athlete of all time,
Wearing number 1.
Jim Thorpe.
Jim Thorpe was
good
number
call.
1?
Yep, he wore number
That's a good
1
call.
when he played football.
I didn't even know that.
He's an Olympic gold medalist. He's a football player. He's a
They
basketball
have an
player.
award in college
Yes.
football that's named after this
He
man.
is the greatest athlete of all time.
I'm very surprised you didn't pick the one. You didn't put my guy on here. I'll tell you
He
who
was
in
a
minute.
punter, too, by the way.
Who you got number one?
The Big O, Mr. Triple-double a season himself.
Yeah, I got Oscar Robertson as well. I'm surprised you didn't put him on the list.
Honestly, I missed that one.
All right.
Oscar Robertson was a better player than Chauncey Billups, but as I was going through,
I mean, you know Chauncey. You've seen Chauncey's game.
yeah, I never watched Oscar Robertson play. Plus, Russell Westbrook's going to break that record anyway, so.
It's still, man. I mean,
No,
this
I
guy
mean, I'm
did a
not
whole
no
season,
disrespect to the Big O, but
Yeah, you did.
but I can't believe you guys left he is one of the greatest athletes
Jim
of all
Thorpe.
time.
No, Jim Thorpe is a good
Olympian.
one. Jim Thorpe's a good one. I didn't-
Jim Thorpe definitely can get on that list, too. I mean, there's going to be some honorable mentions. Everybody can't make the top 5, you know. It's just personal preference.
Is there any preference, any honorable mentions you want to add?
Nope.
All right.
I guess I'll put Oscar Robertson.
Big O.
Number
Big
one,
O.
number ones are kind of tough.
Yeah.
Who was it? I could see somebody put Derrick Rose back in his day.
See, he only had
for
like
a while.
2 years, though.
He was the MVP,
Yeah.
but yeah, I could see it. All right, let's go into our next.
Shoot, you could put Cam Newton up there. He had
See?
an MVP season.
Yeah, see, and Cam, see, that's what I was thinking, too, like, because I went with the Larry Fitzgerald thing, and I went with that because his pro career has been just as good as his college career. But I was going to put somebody like Gary Sheffield. He wore number one for like one season, but I was like, I don't really want to do that.
So next week, number twos.
Number 2.
We already know who the top number 2 is.
I really don't want to
Damn
do Moses Malone. I don't really want to do a lot of
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, all right. I know where you're going. DJ.
You know what? Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute.
Showtime, baby.
But you can't do any. We're not going to do zeros, all right? Because there's not a lot. Westbrook you could add, but
Russell Westbrook, Gilbert Arenas.
yeah, shotgun himself.
There you go. Two people.
Some NBA talk right now. Russell Westbrook ended his 7-game straight games with triple-double, stopped at 7. Hey, it was
assists
impressive.
shy.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't go after it. It was tough. Some games going on. Let's see some big games right now going on. You got Portland and Clippers. Portland's kind of bad, right? I mean, 12-13. You got the Grizzlies playing the Cavs tomorrow night.
That should be fun.
That's a big game.
They waxed Golden State the other night.
The Warriors playing the Pelicans. Pelicans beating them once. Let's see some other games going on. The Hornets play the Wizards. Our division is horrible, by the way. And the Cavs play the Grizzlies once again next Wednesday night. It's a home and home series between them. And that I'm gonna go to Thursday. Blazers playing at Denver. That is about it. Yeah, that's it.
You got San Antonio, Phoenix. Phoenix is a nice young team that if you want to see some points, Devin Booker, man, that guy gets buckets.
Why didn't we draft?
I don't know. We wanted Frank Kaminsky for some reson.
Taking Justice Winslow, too.
Jeez.
Or those 6 draft picks.
Yeah, give me that.
Anything.
Although Frank ain't been doing too bad.
He's had a good quarter here and a good quarter there.
Maybe all right.
He has done well. Y'all got anything else?
I do not.
Do not.
No.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess that is going to do it for this week of the Rule of 3, the Breakdown Edition. As always, I'm your host. I'm Too Legit.
Big shot, Bob.
And, of course, I'm Rocky. You can catch us everywhere.
Side piece.
Good day.
It's too hard to sleep. I got the sheets on the floor, nothing on me.